Oh, let's see. Well, I've got some mosquito dunk buckets. Let's see.
So,
I'll get some more.
oh, good. That'll be great.
Yeah. I've been experimenting with fetid water without the dunks, and sure enough, there are mosquito larvae in it. So I'll throw a dunk in and see if they die.
Well, can you see the larvae?
Oh yeah, lots of
Oh,
they've the idea that mosquitoes prefer laying their eggs in fetid water is well documented.
uh-huh.
What kind of water?
Well, water that you've put stuff
Oh,
like
oh,
vegetation
stuff
in,
in, yeah,
and it
okay.
rots a little bit, and it does smell. Um, it doesn't have to smell a lot, but it smells enough that the mosquitoes get it. Because I think they think that the water will have food in it for the larva.
Mm-hmm.
Just a guess.
Well, the agenda is really helpful. I'm really pleased
Yeah,
with the agenda. I have talked with the public health and department, and she asked how many handouts do we want? You have,
good.
should I say 20 of each?
Sure.
Okay, does that make sense? I need
Yeah.
to get I just walked in myself. I need to go get paper and pencil. I'll be right back.
This is for the stuff at the library.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
technically, we need to open the meeting
Oh,
to order.
yes. Um, well, let's see. Isabel called me up to remind, so we'll say Isabel welcomed everybody to the meeting.
Okay, I
Okay,
like that. That's good.
so 20 handouts of each.
Actually, I'm thinking if it's at the library, we'll
Yeah.
probably have more than 20 people there, won't we?
Well, I don't know how many people need to take it. They can take a picture.
Oh, that's true. Okay, go for it then. That's a good point. If we're
Yeah.
going to do that, maybe if we have a handout, we could stick some QR codes on it if it helps.
So she's going to bring it to my house, and I don't know when.
Okay,
Let me see if I can open another window here of my email, and
Yeah.
she's away next week, so it's coming to my house this week.
okay. Oh, all
And
right. Well, then let's just let it go.
on the road, so I haven't seen what she wants.
I think a picture of the handout is fine. Yeah. Let's see. That's cool.
Yeah, okay, so she's gonna, I told her, I don't know if you saw the email, probably you didn't, but I wrote to her and said, tick related handout on ID, the scarecrow, information on what to do when you find a tick and how to dispose of it, the graft of
Yep.
affected people in Concord.
Good.
And she was gonna drop it off at my house.
Yeah. And I think you know what I'll do? I'll make up a bunch of tick tubes because I've got plenty
Okay,
of cotton and plenty of toilet paper and plenty of permethrin. And just bring them. I'll let them dry out so they're safe to handle. And
okay,
we can give them to people, and then say, if you need to make more, here's a set of directions on how to do your own.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Let's see. So I'll make those directions in the tubes. Is that a good one? Or should I?
yeah, that would be great
Does
if you
somebody
can.
else want to do the directions and I'll just make the tubes?
Well, I think what would be better is to just have some blank tubes and some cotton, and
Okay,
the I'll bring uh
good.
the safe permethrin.
Yes. Yeah, something like a squirt can. I mean, you can buy it for your clothing.
Yeah, that's what I do. I
Yeah,
have that. Right,
I think it'll be
20.
plenty effective.
Okay. Yeah, let's have people actually, finger it and touch it. Okay, what else? Let's see.
Good idea. I like that. Yeah, it's much better.
I lost your agenda here. Here we go. Now I got the agenda.
Okay.
And Lois, you don't know if you're going to be well enough to come or not,
I also
but there won't be, I don't think there'll be any kids at this.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I don't think you're totally on the hot seat for that.
Okay, I'll try to figure out a little something in case somebody wants something that's more juvenile.
I think
Okay.
it would be great to, I mean, I always pick up whatever is offered to kids myself, and so
Right.
some parents might do that. That's true.
Um,
Um, the next thing you have on the agenda is the Pollinator Garden Tour, and I just today got the handout from Laura on that. And
Good.
we probably should print a couple of those, is my guess.
Yeah.
I can forward that to you guys. I've had 2 trips to the, oh, wait a minute, so let's see, things may be changing. No, okay. Had 2 trips to the airport today, so I'm kind of maxed out.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
See I'll get that to you guys as we continue talking.
Okay.
Oh, I see. There's a whole lot of emails in here. For the attachment. There it is.
So I'm bringing those cuttings of willow, redwood, and red dogwood and redbud, right? So the redbud, I
Yes,
think I'll
that would be great.
Okay.
I tried to grow cuttings, mine all rotted, so
Okay.
I think I'm not successful at growing red.
Yeah. Well, that happens. You just stick them right in the ground.
I put them in water. I thought if you put them in water, they should root.
Sometimes they do. You could try. What was it you're trying to root?
The red dogwood.
Red twig dogwood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got more I need to cut back, so I could try some new ones. I mean, I could
Yeah,
just right in
Try them in
soil.
damp. Try them in damp ground and don't make sure they don't have any leaves on them. But they do have, they can see what happens, or maybe leave one leaf or something.
Okay.
Yeah. I say all these words. I've only seen people do it on TV. My experience with it is pretty thin. But we did put a bunch of willow in the ground last summer, and I would say about 2 and 10 survived.
Wow.
But that's okay.
Some.
I mean, it's easy to make 100 willow twigs.
Yeah. Maybe if I could get some of it's the growth medium or the rooting medium, that might help.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something called Coast of Maine seed starting mix, which is supposed to be quite good.
But Rutone, I think, is what she's thinking.
Yeah, the hormone. Yes.
Hormone,
That's a
yeah.
good one. Yep.
I do have some seed starting soil, so I could also try just putting them in damp dirt.
Yeah. I could maybe I'll bring a little bit of willow water along, because that's basically got rooting hormone in it. It'll be good for me because I've never made it. I mean, I've not the official way, so I'll try that out, see if it works.
Okay. So that's the to-do list at the beginning, the materials handout for the library. That looks great. I just forwarded the handout that the library put together about pollinator events through till September
Oh, great.
that they have.
Nice.
So I see, I don't know if you all saw, but Carlisle is, see where this, it has I'm trying to remember if they passed it or if it's proposed to have 80% of town property be native plants.
Nice.
So where is that? It's a webinar that's coming up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I saw something on it. I think you sent it out. Yeah.
Okay,
That would be worth our attending.
yeah, it's on the 24th. I think it's this presentation, Tuesday, the 24th.
Okay.
Where it says join advocates from Carlisle to hear about their new native plant policy.
Okay. I didn't, what time of day is it? Do you know?
It's 7 to 8:15, and I think it's hybrid. I think you can either do it in
Okay.
person. Um,
Is it part of the Mass Pollinator Network?
yes,
Okay, good. Yeah, I did get note of that. Yeah. Oh, interesting.
would we want to consider doing something townwide, like preparing a, what do you call it, a article for town meeting next year, 2026?
well, that's something to think about. I did send this on to Mary Hartman.
Oh, good.
Good.
So, but I don't know who else, and I still haven't gotten an interview with the town DPW. I've given, I've called, I've given somebody my card, and they were busy with 250. He said after that,
Yeah.
so I don't, and then, Delia's down, Will's gone, so they're stretched to the max.
Yeah.
And the town manager is now the sustainability coordinator. So I don't know quite how we would proceed. I did send this on to Concord Can,
Mhm.
the policy, and if we could get Concord Can on it, I think then we would be able to move forward. But I don't
Yeah.
think without them, we could do that.
Well, you know what? I'm not sure, but is there a chair's breakfast a week from this Wednesday on the 18th?
I have no idea. I never hear about them
Yeah.
until, the morning of.
Yeah, tell you what, if I get an email about that,
Well,
that sounds like something, would you be able to attend that?
Let me look at the 18th.
um,
Yeah, I could do the morning. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's now 8:30, I think.
Yes, I
Um,
think that's right. It's 8:30 at the townhouse, yeah. That might be really good. Because you could, address this thing about Carlisle quite, that might be a great place to bring it up.
okay, and maybe I'll print that out then,
And I think I like your idea of talking to Mary Hartman about it. I did find out that oh, now I can't remember his name, something like Mark Howell.
yeah,
He's our liaison person with the select board. I haven't
isn't,
been in touch with him, but I did get his name. Yeah.
but isn't he going to be the chair?
I don't know if he's the chair or not.
I mean,
no,
Mary Hopman is now, but when
Yeah.
don't they switch? Like,
no, she just got reelected.
I know
Yeah.
she got reelected.
Yeah. But they do
They
switch.
usually switch the chair.
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't matter if he is. It's,
It's okay.
yeah, it won't hurt.
I know. I'll go beat on him.
Yeah. Excellent.
I'll bring some bees.
Yes. Well, you know what? It could be a lot of fun. You could bring one of those solitary bees, like that look really toxic, but they have no stinger. A non-bumblebee.
Oh, that's cute. Uh,
Yeah, I trapped one the other day and ushered it out of the house. And I thought, oh yeah, I don't have to worry about you. You don't have a stinger.
it's good to know that.
Well, not true of wasps, but it is true of some of these, solitary bees because they don't need it.
Huh, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I got I got stung in the end of May with something. I
Hmm.
thought, I didn't think I got stung because nothing hurt. I thought
Yeah.
it was a, what do you call it? A splinter. But
Oh,
so I just pulled it out, but it didn't look like a stinger until 2 o'clock in the morning when my my thumb was giving me one heck of a hard time.
ah,
Yeah, horrible. And
yeah.
it's got swollen.
Did we lose Leah?
No, I'm here. I was looking at the Concord Can website to see if they had anything on their next meeting, but it looks like the events that they have here lists end on May 20th.
Oh, okay.
So maybe it's these are past events.
Yeah.
I was just
Well,
looking to see.
Yeah, a lot of people take the summer off.
Mm,
So I think that's some of it.
Yeah.
I've been pushing more of the native plant stuff to Brad, who's the chair there,
Yes.
because he hasn't really been on board particularly about the environment or the native invasive plants.
Yeah.
So I think one of the things about you have down here about Assabet Bluff, and the trail manager is Dominic, and I don't know how much he's been educated about invasives and natives. His idea of natives is not natives, as far as I can see.
Okay.
He is, maybe if I see Bob White, I'll talk to Bob about it, because Bob's the chairman and has definitely educated me about invasives. And if you're doing invasives, then you can begin to differentiate. Dominic does a fabulous, gorgeous gardens. He's the first house on Old Marlborough Road after the golf course, so you can always see his beautiful landscapes and such. But they don't have natives in it. And when he donated to Green Thumbs, he donated corn, which is, sweet corn's not a native.
Yeah.
Sort of like, really,
Where an old Marlboro, which house is it again? You said?
if you're going heading towards the middle school, it's
Yep.
the first house on the left after the golf course.
Okay, great. Thanks.
So he's right in that area.
Okay.
And he's a dear person. I mean, the family's really great, and he's got a lot of resources. He's done a lot of construction with landscaping and such.
Nice.
So like he has a backpack watering jug water,
Hmm.
a bobcat, all kinds of stuff. Where I just have a back and arms.
Ah, and he's on the Natural Resources Commission or something?
He's the trail steward for the Assabet Bluff
Okay.
Trail.
Ah, okay.
And Green Thumbs did give plants for Habitat for Humanity, but I don't think they were native, because they're not on board either.
Right.
So I think next year we should have a booth at their plant sale that really educates people about natives.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, maybe some signage.
Well, yeah, what they did at Wayland is they had a lot of signage, they had a lot of examples of natives, and they had a table that, and a chair where somebody sat and really talked to people about natives, and they ordered a whole lot of natives, which I think if we have a plant sale next year, which is another question with
Mhm.
Green Thumbs, but if there is one, then I think we can order native plants.
Yeah, I think
What I'm
good.
going to propose to them is to make container kits, because most people are older and are more likely to have containers.
Hmm.
One of the things that Wayland did is they had an old whiskey barrel and just put natives in that whiskey barrel to show how beautiful it can be.
Hmm.
And we could clearly do something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay, but we probably need to see if we can get some photos this year when they're kind
When
of,
the containers are great, that's a good idea. Excellent. idea.
Okay.
because,
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise you look at them, you see a bunch of little leaves, maybe, the sticks
Right.
kind of thing.
That's a super idea.
Yeah.
Um,
You know who might have that is the main group, the Wild Seed Project.
oh, yeah.
They might have pictures we could use.
That's a really good idea. The only one I've got photos of is the red bud in full bloom.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's one right on the corner of Hubbard at Hunt Gym that's usually beautiful.
Nice.
And I've watched it grow over the years. I don't know if I still have a picture of it that my granddaughter could like touch it when she just graduated from high school this week.
Wow,
She's a
congratulations.
little taller than she was, but the tree's a whole lot taller than her.
Nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
That I could see if I can find that. That'd be cute.
Yeah.
Well, I think some of our background work for this next project really paid off. So that our planning is much better.
Nice.
Will you be able to attend, Leah?
Which one is this? The
Next Wednesday night?
Me.
The Wilson Kerr, you register
18th.
to the library?
yeah, I think I can. I need to register. I'll register right after this. Maybe I'll register my dad to come with too.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
Good.
yeah, it'd be
Enjoy that.
fun to meet him.
So I think we should probably, it sounds like I'm gonna have a lot of stuff, so I think I'm gonna show up. It's 6 o'clock, so I'm gonna show up at 5.
Sounds good.
I need to put that in the calendar too. So that's on the 16th. Oh, I got the wrong month here. 18th.
Yep. The main library.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put that in as 5 o'clock for me.
Okay.
Isabel, if you need any help bringing stuff over, I can certainly help too.
Yeah, me too.
Do you need any other little what do you call them, boards?
No, I think I've got plastic stand-ups for if she provides us with the data about tick-borne disease in Concord.
Yep.
And then she showed graphs where it was shown that that the highest population is with elderly people of tick-borne disease,
Oh,
Wow.
highest percentage of town, which was significant.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this isn't a tick thing.
Well, my best friend, who's had ticks all along, just got Lyme disease.
Yeah.
She didn't get tested for which kind. She just went on the doxy.
Yeah.
I see. I can't take that. That's the problem. So I've got antibiotics for a week
Yeah.
and hope for the best. I've been
So-
sick a week already.
Wow.
Yeah. Last Tuesday I did the pipe cleaner bee making, and they put them all on a tree.
Oh, good.
Tree over here.
Yeah.
And then as they were doing them, I would little, what do you call it, gems of conversation about bees, which was a lot of fun. So it wasn't just
Great.
I had a good time doing it. It was, and everybody appreciated the bees and they were very into it. And then they asked for butterflies and I had done some sheets of butterflies that you could color or do whatever you wanted. And they asked for them, so I gave them a folder with a bunch in it. So, and I tend to like it like this, the sheets. And I do have some clothespins, the medium size clothespins. These would be too big, but I'm going to try that thing you sent me, where they use the clothespin and can flutter.
Yeah, nice.
Well, but I gave them this, and like I tend to use the parchment paper. So it's got a little bit of color to start with, and it's kind of varied.
How pretty.
So it's like what I said, but I used all colors of parchment. Last fall, I just used the gold color, I think it was, for the butterfly bouquet that we had.
Right.
So anyway, that's, which was
Yeah, I was looking to
way
see
to just chat about bees,
yeah, how I could share. Oh, here we go. Let me share my screen.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
And I did look to see if the, what is it? The chair's meeting was.
Okay, so can you see this?
Yes, it looks great.
Need to take a call.
Okay, so this is the handout that the library has
Oh, I
with the
love that.
Nice.
different
Well,
pollinator gardens,
Good.
and then
Yes, it is.
they have different explanations of them, and then on the right side is the
Good.
select
Hang on with me.
events
Nice.
that are
Yeah.
going to happen.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
That is great. Let's see.
So if people can come for the native seed transplantation, that would be good, and the Silent Spring.
Hmm.
I'm going to go to all of those. And then you definitely want to come to the Caterpillar Lab at
Mhm.
Fowler, because that's an amazing experience.
Okay.
And
Isabel, did you already, I'm sure you probably already shared this with the group, or
yeah, I just sent it to you
you
all
just
because
sent it,
I
okay.
just got it this afternoon.
Oh, great.
So you'll have a copy, but you can also, I think, be able to pick it up, the final version at the library, at Fowler or the libraries.
Nice.
And this woman, Susan Edwards Richmond, has written a number of pollinator stories. So that would be cool to pick up on.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
don't know for which age group, but
Nice.
and the high school will be doing a pollinator tour in September when they come back, because they're out of school already, basically.
Cool.
Hot off the press, no Lyme. That was what that call was urgent care.
Nice.
Oh, good.
Lab
So-
test, no Lyme. Yeah,
Oh, good.
that's why I took it. I saw it was.
Yeah, so were they going to be helpful?
What?
Were they helpful? Urgent care?
Yeah, I mean, they were okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
They did a panel. They did,
Oh, good.
kind of what they were supposed to when I went there. But no, I've been also in contact with my primary care. I had a telehealth today with her too. And, last week I couldn't end up easily going. This is like, all my medical stuff has been out in Neshoba and they're not in existence anymore. So usually my primary is they have labs, but they didn't have labs that day. So it's like, that wasn't a good idea to head out there with no lab person. So
Yeah.
that's why I ended up in urgent care. So I've been in contact back and forth. And that was very good news. As far as I'm concerned, I just did not want to see Lyme.
Yeah.
I have some underlying things that would not have been a good deal. So
Yeah.
I'm very thankful about that. But anyway, so celebrate for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway,
So
thank you
I,
for listening for a minute.
since I don't know if you want me to share more things or not.
Sure.
Let me see if I can learn how to do this.
You're doing fine.
Well, what
Oh,
about
you
a garden talk with Isabel? Wait,
Yeah, you're doing a garden talk too.
Yeah, I'm
Right?
doing that on Monday. Yeah.
on Monday.
Where are you doing it? I saw it and then I had to switch
It's
thing
not
to do.
it. I don't know why this is being the way it is. Let me see if I bring this over, if that'll work better for sharing.
Okay, so
And this might work for sharing. I don't know. No, it's just, oh, here we go. Yeah. See if this works. So this is, I've got my family pictures, but the big thing is that this is the garden as we started
Mm-hmm.
this is at St. Anne's.
at St. Anne's. And then this is how we laid it out. The 3 panels with the, see, they have a code and then an X to where to plant it. And these are
Oh, wow.
the plugs that came.
Nice.
And then, so this is what the plugs look like that arrived. I'd already put a couple in. And that's the markings with the code for the landscaping design.
Yeah.
Then this is the final, where
Sweet.
there, and I we've got to put a fence around.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, so it really worked. The other thing that I wanted to show you is, see how good this comes up. This is a bumblebee with there's a band here and then a band on its tail.
Nice.
And then this other one, let's see if this is the picture. So there was this one as well. So you can actually see all the band.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh, that's an
wow.
interesting coloration.
So who is that?
I think it's a brown belted bumblebee, but this is out west.
Okay.
Oh,
I was
okay.
gonna say that sure looks like California lilac.
Ha, ha.
Yeah, they called it blue flower, but here's the bee.
Okay.
There were 3 kinds of bumblebees.
Nice.
Wow.
You can see all the pollen he got.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, let me see if
Oh,
this
look
is
at those lupin.
Yeah. Those look beautiful.
well, yeah, Seattle has lupin galore. It's really
Well,
No.
there's western lupins and
Nice.
there's eastern lupins.
okay. So anyway, I've been looking at bumblebees a lot.
Very
Nice.
cool.
And we should start, I mean, I've gotten a lot of response from iNaturalist, and that's who I'm uploading my pictures to.
Yeah.
And I encourage others to do that. The Concord Garden Tour that the museum has, I went to one. I didn't get to. There were 2 apparently that had a lot of natives, but the one I went to was out at the near the end of Monument Street, and it was absolutely phenomenal. It was she used penstemon as the border around her gardens, a very
Wow.
border of penstemon, and she's super knowledgeable about different plants and really observant.
Nice.
Wow.
I think, the more that we can get on board with encouraging people and,
Wow.
Do you think
that.
she would be willing or open to, hosting up the committee to come out for just a kind of quick peek?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was part of the tour, so she's
Right, but I
very
mean,
happy to. Yeah.
and like, one of our meeting nights or something, just come this summer to go out.
And tour.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And have her explain what she has.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, I learned a great deal just talking with her.
That says a lot.
Well, she's really on top of it. Yeah. Carlisle has a garden tour on Friday and Saturday this week, and it's real gardens, not where somebody comes in and landscapes.
Right.
So if you have the inclination and desire, I would highly recommend the Carlisle tour. It's every other year, so
Oh,
it'd be really interesting.
do you know of any that are particularly natives?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's different every year, and you pick up your booklet when you pick up your ticket. So I don't know what which ones. What the one that really stood out, probably was the last one I saw also, because I saw a lot of gardens, but it was a farm off of Monument, small farm, and the woman had put in native hedgerows, and she said it really increased her vegetable production.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, so the word's out on that.
Huh.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if some of these people wouldn't mind if we kind of visited and took some pictures so that we have things that are local that people have done that, and then, a little bit of their story.
Well, yeah, I've got to get the survey out there. Or I have a lot to do.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So but I love that idea of photos of containers. I think that's going to be a very key thing. Yeah, I may see how I can figure that out. I haven't gotten certified yet, haven't passed the course yet, but I've completed the Pollinator Steward certification. And in there, they did emphasize that container gardens are waves stop bys for pollinators, and can be really valuable as a augmenting other plots, which
Mhm.
I hadn't really given it as much credence as they did.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I think that there's a real, spot for that.
Well,
Yeah.
and when we had on Egg Day last year, there were quite a few people that came through and said, "Oh, well, I have an apartment and all I have is, a little
Right.
deck." Yeah, I think that's a great, maybe in the future we could develop some
I think we really
literature.
need to just get a lot more. I don't do containers because I don't want to be bothered with watering,
Yeah,
but that's because I've got so much land. But I think if we could really learn about containers, I think we could make a huge difference for so many people.
yeah, even
Mhm.
if it's maybe like a handout with maybe because maybe there's certain native plants that grow better in a container than others.
Well, and
Um,
which ones grow well together,
yeah,
Uh,
right.
there is, I did have an article that I sent to Concord Green that the Wild Seed Project had on containers. But at that point, I was just being nice and I didn't really read it.
Mhm.
I knew it would be a good article, but I wasn't that interested. So if people are interested in doing some research on how do you make a container, how do you what does it need, and what natives will work with that. Who might have more information is Prairie Moon about it, which I've never looked at their website, but everybody raves about their website.
That's good. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to do a little research and like draft up
That would be fantastic.
findings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No,
that would be great. I will be definitely freer come July, but at this point, I'm really maxed out.
you sound a little busy.
Well, a really good friend died last week, and my daughter flew in to be with her daughter
Hmm.
for the wake tonight and the funeral tomorrow, and that's
Hmm.
so. My daughter's got my car, and and then I've got all this other stuff going on.
want to borrow a car?
No, it was a friend was lending me a car, but I can't do compost in a friend's car.
You can do it in mine.
Yeah, to say, I'm happy to lug compost around.
No, I mean, I'm not, my car's gonna be sitting there probably at least a week.
Oh, well, thank you. I think we've figured it out that we'll trade cars at the funeral.
Okay.
And then I can have my car to load up the compost. And
If you do, if you get stuck, give me a buzz.
great, I will. Thank you. I will do that. Yeah,
I
the
mean,
the
you
car
can
my
just
friend's
put it all
lending,
in.
the sports
It
car,
goes-
little
it
old
goes
lady.
all flat, you can put the other seats flat too and just stuff it all in.
Yeah,
You're welcome to do that.
Thank you.
I don't think I'm going too far too soon.
I hope you feel better soon.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to go Wednesday night.
Mhm.
Okay, so we have a meeting on the 8th, and I am negligent in inviting people that have expressed interest in generally in,
Yeah.
conservation. So that's a big, gotta do.
Okay, this is for potential people, and I did talk to Jim Tull again. He was, he's a beekeeper. He was, he's an interesting person. He's done a lot of negotiating, like big stuff, international stuff.
Sure.
And anyway, so if I need a little help selling us.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm good at buying, getting a beekeeper. No offense, Mark, but
No,
I
no, I
think
mean,
we should be open to
I-
that, frankly,
I've
because
been
I think the
asked
beekeepers
around.
would be a good ally for us. I know that their bees compete for food with the native bees,
Right, but
but
they
I think,
aggressively compete.
yeah,
I think
but
not to have somebody
but if,
who's,
let me finish my thought. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
But if one of the goals here we have is to establish safe habitat for native bees, free of pesticides. And one of the cool things about honeybees is I did one study of honeybee fatalities in Concord about a decade ago.
Uh-huh.
And the northwest part of Concord is a very good survival rate for honeybees. Down around where I live, it's horrible. Because of, I think, the two farms that are down here that use neonics. And of course, there's Nashotah Golf Club, which uses more than both the farms. And of course, in both places, there's a lot of houses. But up in the northwest part of Concord, there's a lot of open space and a couple of organic farms. And I think that so we could use them as kind of canaries in the coal mine, so to speak, in the sense that the honeybees have a bigger range
Mm-hmm.
and the native bees have a smaller range, but and so it's not a given. In other words, native bees do survive down here. Like I saw Bombus fervidus last May in my garden, for example. But I think that nonetheless, it might be a good opportunity for us to work the pesticide issue with the beekeepers, because I'm sure they would like to see it less of it.
So you saw that there is legislation that's pushing to ban it completely, and we definitely
Yeah,
should,
and they could be allies with us in doing that.
right.
I think it's okay. And I know that's sort of why, I used to keep bees, but I stopped. I mean, frankly, I would keep bees now if they weren't dying.
Mhm.
I hate to see them die.
Oh, somebody's at the door. Let me just go.
Yeah, we should probably wrap up pretty soon anyway. Let's see.
Well, except you got an extra 12 minutes to put in.
Oh, no, I don't. In fact, I should probably leave early because I came in late. Let's see. We used to joke about that at work.
That's a good one. I never
Well,
heard
I gotta leave
that.
early because I got here late. Yeah.
I've never heard that. That's so sweet.
That's good.
Okay, I do have to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll see you
Okay.
see you in next Wednesday night.
Okay.
Yes.
All righty.
Bye,
Thanks for getting hold of me, Isabel.
Okay, sure.
All right. Talk to you later.
What's a quorum for our group?
Yeah, so I think we did the agenda, didn't we?
Yeah. How many people is a quorum out of curiosity?
4, because we're a quorum. I think our committee is 7 people.
Okay,
Well,
we
we got
haven't
4.
seen Stanley in a while, right?
Right.
And Steve.
And Steve, we see once in a while. Yeah, Steve and Stan have the hardest time getting to these meetings. Yeah.
And who else?
Well, let's see. Uh,
There's the 4 of us, Steve and Stanley.
right now, I don't have the list in front of me. Let me see.
Oh,
Uh,
was Isabel Lois,
I think
Yeah.
actually we've lost a member. Let me just double check.
Steve and Stanley.
Yeah, I'm missing one. There are only 6 of us right now on the list. Yep.
Okay, that's why we have such a hard time.
Yes. Yes, we need to
I know
work.
that's why I wrote you the note, because I said like, oh my God, they got everything ready to roll and we need it by next week. And I
Yep.
was afraid that I wouldn't, like right now, I just took some pain and inflammation medicine like a few hours ago and it kicked in. So that's why I'm as decent as I am. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I have bouts where it's the worst thing I've had in ages.
Well, the good news is that the 4 of us are pretty dedicated.
Yeah.
So let's do that. But we should probably wrap up.